Video games have long found it difficult to properly engage their players. Some games have trouble relaying their interesting but complicated game mechanics to newer players. Other games may struggle with properly immersing their players in an otherwise captivating story. Even more games have grand ambitions to present, but are limited by the technology of today. But a new field of research in computer science is taking the video game world by storm, and has high promises of solving all these problems and more. Introducing artificial intelligence. Before introducing use cases, we need to understand some basic terms that are common to gaming social culture. Video game engagement is often driven by the story and overall aesthetics of the game. A lot of story building aspects, such as non-playable characters, play a key role in how the common player connects with the game. The beginner friendliness of a game is also an important aspect to consider, and also how the game encourages new players to continue playing the game after they first pick it up. This prompts the question, how does artificial intelligence impact video game engagement and players' experiences? To explain this question, we have to mention some digital society connections. For concepts, we have expression, identity, and values and ethics. For contents, we have algorithm and codes, computing devices, media, and of course, artificial intelligence. We will be discussing AI in the social and cultural context. As a game evolves throughout the years, the mechanics and features of the game are bound to become more complex. These mechanics can be difficult for new players to understand. Minecraft is an example of this dilemma. Released in 2011 by Mojang Studios and acquired by Microsoft in 2014, Minecraft remains the most influential game for the modern era. However, despite its massive popularity and thousands of new players every week, the game lacks a sensible tutorial for beginners. Microsoft has addressed this issue with their brand new AI assistant, Microsoft Copilot, in the system Copilot Plus PC. This AI not only improves the experience of the early game for new players, but even the late game experience for veteran players.
Hey Copilot, how's it going?
Hey, it looks like you're about to dive into some Minecraft.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to make a sword.
To craft a sword, you'll need some materials. Can you open your inventory? Just press E on your keyboard. You've got some sticks, perfect for the sword's handle, but it looks like you're missing the material for the blade. Let's start by gathering some wood or stone. Shall we head out and find some resources?
Yeah, that sounds great.
The AI helps the player understand complex and, quote, untoasted mechanics, and acts as a companion figure to help you in your playthrough. It works even in multiplayer scenarios, allowing for smoother sessions with communication tools that this AI facilitates. In addition, Copilot contributes to the inclusivity of the game's experience. Players with any mental or learning disabilities can easily cope with and enjoy all that the game has to offer. By bridging this gap between advanced, novice, and special needs players, it fosters better player engagement within the community. Moving on, the issue of realism, of emotions and connections built between the video game and its player highlights an important perspective in how engagement is driven. The top-seller game The Last of Us Part 2 by Naughty Dogs introduced an, at the time, revolutionary AI for an NPC named Ellie. This AI made Ellie come to life. She wasn't just a husk of a scripted code, but she learned dynamically and reacted to environment and player-inflicted stimuli. For example, when Ellie assists the player with combat, she doesn't follow a basic, pre-programmed path to navigate. Rather, her AI enhances her to use adaptive pathfinding to avoid any environmental threats or obstacles. Ellie is extremely responsive and makes her own decisions, replicating real players' knowledge, and facilitates the realistic and suspenseful atmosphere that The Last of Us 2 sets. Ellie's artificial intelligence also integrates intricate and complex behavior patterns in communication. She responds to what's happening around her. She talks, and her emotions such as surprise and happiness are visible. Her actions depend on the situation, so she has different animations and lines based on context. The serious narrative of the game does this such that the player stays engaged. This advanced artificial intelligence tech gives life to Ellie and sets a trend for NPCs across the gaming industry. The NPCs in The Last of Us 2 are like having a trustworthy companion. They react to and adapt according to the player. AI in today's video games can make the characters feel real emotions. Going ahead, NPUs, or Neural Processing Units, are breakthrough technologies that make games way more intelligent. NPUs are different from processors as they're designed to carry out hefty calculations for real-time AI, making gameplay more responsive and adaptive without overwhelming the system. PowerColor, the licensed producers of AMD Radeon video cards, have introduced consumer-grade NPUs in their newest Ryzen 8000G series. Reviews of the chip by testers and tech enthusiasts suggest that the chip allows for an increase in AI performance and saves power for graphics rendering. Simultaneously, in video games, NPUs make NPCs respond in real time to what the player does or what happens in their environment. For example, an enemy AI driven by an NPU can adapt to the player's moves, making fights more challenging and unpredictable. For open-world games, NPUs can provide bustling environments filled with non-playable characters whom all work autonomously. The gaming experience will become more personal and immersive as NPUs evolve to fuel AI innovation. This technology marks the beginning of new games that not only look realistic, but also think and respond. They also evolve to offer a uniquely tailored gaming experience to each player. Furthermore, NPUs can help lose some strain on the GPU and CPU and let them focus on boosting the performance and graphics quality of the game. The effects of this are that the game runs much more smoothly at a higher frame rate and reduced lag. Additionally, NPUs can help enhance already rendered graphics such as ray tracing to allow for more dynamic lighting and aesthetic. Ultimately, the NPU helps in increasing the realism of aesthetics and thus the player's immersion in the game. However, the integration of AI in gaming also raises several ethical dilemmas and societal concerns. Firstly, AI-driven automation in game development can lead to job displacement, potentially increasing unemployment within the industry. Secondly, ethical concerns and biases in AI systems can be exploited by companies for monetization, resulting in a lack of creative diversity and the homogenization of gaming content. Thirdly, the use of AI in creating highly realistic NPCs may lead to players forming parasocial relationships, which could have unintended effects on mental health. Finally, despite the efficiency of NPUs, the high computational demands of AI contribute to a significant environmental impact due to the energy consumption of the servers required to host and maintain these systems. In conclusion, artificial intelligence is all set to redefine gaming. The way it enhances player engagement in Minecraft with the lively co-pilot, or having characters like Ellie from The Last of Us Part 2 on the player's side making NPCs feel real, or how they are able to dynamically change the worlds around you while keeping graphics top-notch with the aid of NPUs. These improvements are not only making games a lot cooler, but they're changing the way gamers participate with their games. New age gaming will be more realistic and interactive with the growth of AI in the future. The future of gaming technology lies in intelligent, adaptive technology that brings new levels of depth to gaming narrative as well as gameplay.